As part of Vanuatu's commitment to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement, the Government of Vanuatu, with the assistance of the Global Green Growth Institute, the Government of New Zealand and the Government of France, is developing a long-term, low-emissions development strategy, or LEDS, with a strategic vision to 2050 to reduce emissions across all sectors in a way that supports resilient, sustainable and equitable growth for its people. The LEDS acts like a window to the future, providing insight into how Vanuatu can meet its Paris commitments with a long-term goal of net zero emissions for all of Vanuatu by 2050. Achieving this vision for reduced emissions means having more renewable energy, more electric vehicles and boats, protected forests, improved waste management, and improved livestock management. Beyond cutting emissions, we must also adapt to the consequences of climate change and protect ourselves and our communities. For small Pacific Island nations such as Vanuatu, the threat of climate change is real, and the impacts are being felt already. Vanuatu's geographical location means that it is exposed to climatic hazards such as cyclones, droughts, flooding, and storm surges.
Baikat mo intense tropical cyclone baikam. You may experience some 2 category 5 cyclone finish. Hemi baikat more rainfall, baikam mo cyclone, and rainfall ya bai hemi save affect them kakai blumi, wo hemi food security, and hemi affect them water security blumi too. Time water hemi flooding hemi happen, is have contaminated water. And issue plus sea level rise, we hemi one current one we full of islands, lo Vanuatu only face them. We got saltwater intrusion with water, saltwater hemi flow in, we affect the water table. Freshwater table, we all man only depend them. Mobile have affect them too, or landscape, stop wash them away, all coastal areas.
Adapting to climate change means recognizing climate hazards and addressing vulnerabilities. Water safety plans and flood hazard mapping will be crucial in developing safe water strategies as well as stepping up early warning systems for disasters. Increased flooding and temperature are climate risks for the livestock sector. Flooding can wash away cattle and damage fences and roads. As temperature increases, so does the drinking water needs of livestock, from 20 liters per cow per day up to 60 liters per day. 60% of Vanuatu's population relies on agriculture as the basis of household incomes and livelihoods, and it accounts for around 23% of GDP. Much of this agriculture activity is micro-scale subsistence farming for household consumption or sale at local markets, and dependent on rainfall, making the sector extremely vulnerable to climate change impacts. Adaptation in the agriculture sector is one of the Vanuatu government's highest priorities, with a goal of agriculture being able to support household income and food needs in a changing climate. And there are many actions that Vanuatu can take that will increase climate resilience whilst reducing emissions. Vanuatu's tropical forests absorb more than 10 times the CO2 equivalent that Vanuatu emits through human activity. These forests help Vanuatu stay resilient to climate change impacts by protecting water catchments from erosion and providing forest foods after severe weather. But the forests must be protected. The rehabilitation of mangrove areas can store carbon and also protect coastal areas from storm surge and severe weather. Mixed land use, such as cattle grazing under coconuts, can withdraw carbon and increase resilience to climate change impacts such as extreme heat and drought. Agroforestry and climate-smart agricultural practices will improve climate resilience of the agriculture sector and increase productivity and food security. Improved waste management through recycling and treatment would reduce emissions and reduce water pollution and health risks after extreme weather events. Many programs are already underway throughout the remote island communities to increase rainwater harvesting and build water storage capacity and security through solar-powered water pumping systems. Improved energy generation from renewables would both reduce carbon emissions and provide energy services during and after extreme weather events. Vanuatu is already adapting to changing climate impacts, such as more intense cyclones, increased flooding, drought, and sea level rise. However, more climate change impacts are coming. Through smart actions, Vanuatu can both increase its resilience to climate change and continue to reduce emissions. The LEDS allows us to look towards the future and start making positive change to reduce emissions across all sectors in a way that supports resilient, sustainable, and equitable growth for the people of Vanuatu.